so it's Vivian, your favorite survivor. Just wanted to come on here real quick and discuss just like one video that I just saw today. So before I get started on this one YouTube video, I just wanted to give I'm sorry y'all, these cats have my allergies going so bad. My eyes is like burning, itchy. I've been using Visine, Benadryl, like all kind of stuff. Anyway, and I have a cat. I think I'm gonna be allergic to my cat again once we get the cat back into the house. But let me start off by saying, number one, thank you to all of the YouTubers that have either acknowledged what I've been going through or that have used my stream. I just want you guys to know that I do appreciate everyone that has come aboard and actually, you know, helped me, because I am a resident. This is something that I've been trying to do, so I don't want people to think that this is something that I'm just like trying to do and get monetized and get paid off of. No, this is something that I've been trying to do for a long time. And if you pay attention to the interview that I did with Hannibal some years back, you will see that I had like my YouTube equipment in the background because I never ever had a chance to get started or situated because of certain circumstances with my health issues in my life. So I've had this YouTube channel for almost a year now, but as of late, just recently started becoming more active with it. So again, I want to thank Hannibal is Hungry. He definitely used my YouTube feed. And just so you know, next time if you use it again, I have my gamble now that I have been practicing on. So y'all see, this is what I'm using now. So I can go side to side. I'm learning how to use it. Got Hannibal, Cooking with Frank. He is hilarious. I'm just telling y'all, if y'all don't know who Cooking with Frank is, y'all have to go and subscribe to his channel. I'm sure everybody is subscribed to Hannibal already, because Hannibal definitely gives us firsthand look at different things, not just in Dalton, but all over. So he's not just focusing, his narrative is not just Tiffany Henyard. His narrative is all over. We have Cafe of Knowledge. She has wonderful videos. She's so intelligent and breaks down so much stuff. Her investigations be definitely thorough for the most part, and she definitely breaks down a lot of things. And she can, like, sometimes people can tolerate certain people's voices. Like, I cannot tolerate trying to go and cut up videos to prove a point about Henyard, because I hear Henyard and see Henyard enough. Like, most of the YouTubers that create the content, they don't have to like go to the meetings and deal with her and hear her. So their point of views be different, and what they watch and listen to be different from what us residents, I believe, is focused on. So for Cafe of Knowledge, thank you, because I know a lot of your videos have helped with us in Dalton as well. Then also there's All in the Queue. We have, she does a great job with explaining things and breaking things down. She's very knowledgeable in a lot of things when it comes to government, politics, just things overall. So shout out to All in the Queue as well. We have Public Ops TV. They have done a really well job of breaking down a lot of things that have been going on in Dalton. We have Menu with Opinion. He does a good job as well. We have a couple more content creators that are out there. And the thing I love about YouTube is it's a million people on YouTube that are producing content, right? So you can watch anybody videos anytime you want. So for everybody that has watched my videos or shared my videos, use my feed, I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, because you guys are just, I feel like it's a show of support, and I truly thank you guys for the support that you give, because I know I give it back. But I just want to always give kudos to the ones that are helping. And then Tommy G, listen, I'm going to do a video on Tommy G's video because some things just needs to be put out there. For instance, that $149,000 lease, or 45, whatever the number was. It was over 140 though. I do know that. That lease, Tiffany Henyard definitely, she signed that. I don't know, why would she lie and say that she didn't do it when that's something that she did? So, in that regards, when it comes to stuff like that, I do want to, you know, let you guys see stuff like that as well. Okay, so back to, I'm sorry y'all, my eye, these cats in this house, it's like, kill my allergies. I haven't had allergies like this in a minute. Back to what I was saying. So I am J9E. I love her as well. Also Shawani Burns. If anybody else I miss, just charge it to my brain because it's late at night. My allergies is killing me. But I am J9E did a great video, right? She did a video today and she captured something at the meeting that I did not know transpired, which was that the Republican Party actually came to the meeting, but I think that they were downstairs because if you guys remember, they only allow mainstream media and selected people like me, Alicia, and the Lansing Journal and other people. They still allowed us to come upstairs even though we wasn't what they consider mainstream media. So for that regards, I did not know after I left that the Republican Party was there. They came upstairs and they spoke with the Lansing Journal. Now, it was interesting to me, and the video that I'm talking about or referring to, I'm going to let it play, and then I'll point out a couple things while it's playing. But I just want you guys to know, and I'm so sorry for rubbing my eye like this. I really feel like I got a cat hair in it, but I know I don't. It just feel like it's cut, but it's not. Weird. I know. I'm sorry. Anyway, they spoke to the Lansing Journal. Now, with them speaking to the Lansing Journal, it was kind of weird to me because I didn't understand what were they trying to prove? What point were they trying to get at? So, and I'm sorry about the light to dark, y'all. My TV is blanking out. But let me just press pause. How can I press pause? There we go. All right, so I don't know what point they was trying to get to when they actually were saying what they were saying about Christopher Gonzalez, right? Now, we gonna go back to a couple things, and then I'm gonna let you guys pick for yourself on what you guys think that Christopher Gonzalez should have done. But I'll just let you guys know that a statement was released from him so that you guys can get to know Christopher Gonzalez. So if anybody doesn't know who he is the trustee that is currently serving right now, and he is up for a re-election on April 1st ballot. And he's the one that appointed Tiffany Henyard. Now, with his appointment with Henyard, it was questionable at best. It was very questionable because nobody understood how he, threw her name in the ring at the last minute. Now that is done, he understood the corruption that she was doing. So, not saying that it wasn't the feds, because we don't know if Chris was visited by the feds, but probably just not part of the subpoenas, right? We wouldn't know that, because remember, the public right now is not allowed or involved in any of the subpoena activity per se, because we can't go inside the courtrooms to monitor and see what's going on. Now, when he nominated her, of course, everybody else voted and said aye, and then that's how she became the new supervisor. Now, I am J9. I'm gonna ask Chris this. I'm actually going, if I see him again before the election, I promise you I'm going to ask him this, because it is very important to know, number one, What made you choose her? Number 2, are you sure you didn't know about Dalton? Because everybody knew about Dalton. Number 3, even so, if you had contracts and whatever, and it was a pay-to-play type of thing, are you sincere on actually doing the will of the people right now? Like, in my opinion, as a voter, I need to know that. If I'm going to vote for you, I need to know that you are definitely going to come in and continue to do the will of the people. Have you done that as of late? Absolutely. We applaud you and we thank you for what you've been doing. Also, Carmen Carlisle. She, remember, y'all, she was appointed, just like Tiffany Henry was appointed. And this is the end of her term as well. And she actually turned on Henyard and have been doing right by the people, have been doing the will of the people. So I applaud both of those trustees. One thing we have to do is we have to understand that people make mistakes, right? It's a given. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does something that they're embarrassed of or shameful of, but it's about what you do after you realize your mistakes is what makes you the person that you are. And I know that Henyard realized that she's made mistakes. And has Henyard changed? Heck no. That person, because she's not a mayor and she's not a supervisor, in my opinion, anymore, because she wasn't ever qualified for either one of those seats. But that person will never take accountability for her failures, for the hurt and harm that she have done to the people of the township and of Village of Dalton. She'll never take accountability for that. But with Keith Freeman, and y'all know, we all know Keith as a criminal. Like, his background shows it all. But Keith Freeman has a heart. He had compassion. And it could have been the FBI. I ain't saying that the feds don't have nothing to do with Keith Price finally getting it right. I mean, Keith Freeman. Let me keep Keith Price out my name. Mouth out my name. Name out my mouth. Lord, I'm sorry, y'all, my allergies. Keith Freeman, it's 2 Keiths. It's confusing. Keith Freeman definitely got a call by the FBI. But ever since then, Keith has been very, very cooperative when it comes to certain things. So for that standpoint alone, we can't hate on Keith for that. So Keith Freeman is doing what he's supposed to do for the Village of Dalton. We have Christopher Gonzalez, who is doing what he's supposed to do for the township, Thornton Township. Then we have Carmen Carlisle, which is doing what she's supposed to do for Thornton Township. Now, everybody wants to say, oh, well, he's the one that did this, and he's the one that did that. And we agree. But we also voted for Tiffany on a landslide, remember that? And then she lost on a landslide, remember that? So we all made mistakes when it came to that name, Tiffany Henyard. Everybody keep pointing the finger saying, oh, well, you supported her. You're right. But I didn't know I was supporting a fraud. I didn't know I was supporting a scammer. I didn't know I was supporting a criminal. I thought I was supporting somebody that had a vision that wanted to make change. But we all see that that ain't what she was trying to do. So again, yes, I supported her. But do I still support her? Absolutely not. So I'm saying all of that to say that people have a change of mind, a change of heart. So we gotta hear Chris Gonzalez out before we just come to a rash decision and vote for one of Chris Clark's trustees. Why would we do that? Y'all understand that Chris Clark trustees is still on the ballot. Christopher Clark is still on the ballot. Y'all can understand that. I know people are mad at Gonzalez for doing what he did and putting Henyard into office. However, with Napoleon and his slate behind that whole ticket, I think that they'll have a way to impact government for 4 years. So we can't count out NAPO's ticket because Keisha, the Republican, said so. That's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is, Keisha, we don't know who you guys are, but we do know that you guys are friends of Keith Price, which I have been saying since day one. Now, I'm going to read what Christopher Gonzalez has said. So Christopher Gonzalez, he has dedicated his career to public service. He's worked in various capacities to support his community. He's a longtime employee of Thornton Township, and he has contributed to multiple departments, including senior services, special services, and transportation. And he also assisted in the assessor's office, switchboard operations, special events, and oversaw the tax fund project, which is probably why he kept voting down Tiffany's $2.1 million for 100 and just say 50,000 residents. Just say 100,000 residents. That still ain't no money. When you add it all up and subtract the taxes and subtract her and her goons cut, we probably get 30 cents. Don't nobody want that. Who wants to sign up for 30 cents? Not me. Keep it. I'll make my own. In addition to Chris's work in the township, he has served as a police officer. He's attended, I didn't even know this about him. He have attended police academy and worked in patrol. Okay, Chris. He responded to calls for service, provided protection for people and property, conducted investigations, and completed continuing education in various areas of law enforcement. I didn't know that about Chris. We learned something together if y'all didn't know that. Gonzalez has also experienced in a private sector as an insurance agent, working as an insurance producer, offering various lines of coverage. He held multiple licenses, helping clients secure financial protection and stability for his family. His commitment to the public service led him to be twice elected as township assessor. I didn't know he was an assessor 2 times, where he worked to ensure fair property assessments for residents. Currently, he serves as, I didn't know that he was an assessor twice, though. Now I see what Michael Smith was trying to say when he was asking him, was you planning on running for assessor? And then, because I get it now, what he was trying to say. But Michael Smith is an idiot. So currently, he serves as Thornton Township trustee, continuing his mission of advocating for transparency and community-focused leadership. He is a devoted father of 3. He has a wife. He's married. So him and his wife is definitely active in the township. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, y'all. I was reading something else. When I read something else, but look at something else. So he's a devoted father of 3. He remains active in the community, within the residents, and he has experience in government. He does law enforcement and financial services. That's something that we need with a trustee. Now, have Chris messed up? Absolutely. I'll be the first one to tell him. I'll be the first one to say it. I've said that to Chris so many times. Dude, why would you appoint her? Why would you nominate her for an appointment? But it's neither here nor there, because remember, we're at the end of this election season. I think that Chris is going to continuously do the work for the people. I think the township, as well as the village of Dalton, failed because of Tiffany Henyard not following ordinances and not following just basically everyday policies and procedures. She don't follow anything. Did you guys hear her at the meeting that we just had Tuesday when the lawyer told her, hey, Stephanie can call in. She should be able to Zoom. And she told her, no, I don't agree with that. And I think the lawyer is wrong. How are you saying that the lawyer is wrong? This girl really thinks that she knows everything and we know nothing. But she can't educate us because she is not educated or informed. That's the thing about Henry. It takes somebody that has education to actually be able to educate. She's not an educated individual. What she does is she watches a lot of movies and she doesn't know fact from fiction. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. You know, I've been wrong before, once or twice. So she watches a lot of movies. So when J9 Eve said that about Christopher Gonzalez, I just wanted to give him grace, right? And I know that everybody's making decisions, you know, based off of how things are going. But you guys have to remember that Christopher Gonzalez is now doing the work of the people. Was he at first? No. He was voting blindly to everything that Henry said, but he got a change of heart. Between him, Jerry Jones, and Carmen Carlisle, we had 3 trustees that were set to vote no. Unfortunately, we lost Jerry Jones due to a resignation. But if we would have kept Jerry Jones, Tiffany would have been gridlocked this whole time, unless somebody flipped on her, or flipped back to her side. But other than that, we would have had this in the bag, no matter what. But, you know, Jerry Jones, he went through some stuff. His son have a lawsuit against Keith Price. Keith Price's name comes up a lot. I just know, I want y'all to pay attention to his name because it's coming up a lot in a lot of conversations. So, between that lawsuit with his son and what was going on with him and other people within the township and the things that were alleged against him, and so he stepped down, which I can't blame him for not stepping down. I mean, if you have something that's about to come up and destroy your character, you probably want to step down, because we will blast you if we find out that you are doing inappropriate things to people. So everything turned out for the good. Now we're gonna go to Miss Casey Nesbitt. So she is running for clerk with NAPO. So her thing is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, she's running for school district. That's not the one. I apologize, y'all. It's late. We're going to go to Byron. So Byron Stanley, I am supposed to do a meeting with him when I get back. Byron is a lifelong resident of Thornton Township with strong ties to the community. So he have a dedicated human resource background. He was a manager at Cook County doing HR. Byron has a strong commitment to public service, holding his master's degree in public administration and political science and justice studies. Byron brings expertise to government, policy, and community advocacy. As a dedicated South Holland resident, so he's from South Holland, he's committed to transparency, accountability, government engagement. Byron is running for township trustee to provide strong leadership and drive meaningful progress for all residents. So, as you guys can see, that's some of his strong points on what he will bring to the township. Now, I haven't spoken with him. I pray that Byron gives me the opportunity to speak with him before the election. That way you guys are making educated and the right decisions. But he says, as a township trustee for Thornton, he'll champion transparency, accountability, and community-driven solutions to ensure access to vital township resources. He wants to make sure that they're investing in public services, youth programs, senior programs, economic growth, and he wants to build stronger, more connected township where families thrive and every voice is heard. Together, we can create a brighter future for Thornton Township. So this is the candidate that is running for trustee. Now, again, we have a nice slate of people that are on that ticket, but we have to make sure that we are vetting everybody. I'm going to come back and do another interview, another video when I get home next week, and it's going to be hopefully on the school district, and hopefully the person that said that he would speak with me will be able to come on my platform as well, because we also have to make sure that we are vetting and know who's running for the school board, especially District 148 and 149. All in the queue already put up her video showing who was running for 149, and everybody that's on that ticket that was running was endorsed by Tiffany Henyard. We have to cut her off everywhere. Like that lady said, she is a cancer, but we got to cut her off everywhere. We have to make sure that we are doing our due diligence in cutting her off, because you want to call her a cancer, but we all know that you, Richard Nolan, and Keith Price is friends. I don't let nobody just grab me on my shoulder like that. If I don't fuck with them, I'll be like, don't do that. That would be my first reaction, like, don't touch me. What did she do? Just sat there all calmly and talked, and he's sitting back there smiling, and because he put her up to that, of course. Hey, go to the news cameras and tell them that Gonzalez is this and Gonzalez is that. That's Keith Price mentality. That's the kind of stuff that he does. So, District 149, don't vote for those three that are in your allies. I need you guys to vote, and I don't vote for District 149, but punch 141, Alicia Burks, 142, Latanya King, and 143 for Cheryl Tillman. Y'all need to make sure that we get the right people in there so they can get rid of Delgado. Number one thing coming in the door is to get rid of Delgado Law Firm, because his law firm has a lot of issues when it comes to what we are trying to do. So just want to make sure that we are voting in the right people. And then when it comes to this township, please, 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 y'all, just make sure that we are voting for transparency. I know that anybody that we get in there will never be like Henyard, right? Like, nobody can be worse than her. Maybe. I don't think so, though. I don't think nobody would be worse than her, because everybody in there has some type of educational background that can be proven, and they know how to conduct themselves in a corporate environment for the most part, right? But then we have to look at the plants, like Richard Nolan. I'm going to put a video up on here. I'm probably going to put it first. So if you guys already saw it, I'm going to put it first and last. So you can pay attention to the things that Richard Nolan posts on his Facebook page. As a supervisor for the township, why would you be posting things that's talking about other people's sexual orientation in such manner that it's just disgusting? And I really don't get or understand why he won't address it. But I just want you guys to know that I had a conversation with Richard Nolan. He got mad at me, and I'm going to put that in the comments. I don't think I put a video about this, but he got mad at me because he said that I was going to mess up Clean Houses campaign if I keep talking about him and his party because basically he called him Sweet House though. He ain't called him Clean House. It was like Sweet House 2025 because I'm messing up what he's trying to do. Now, I didn't mess up anything this man is trying to do. What I did was, expose him because I'm gonna tell y'all again, when y'all see that, this is Richard Nolan's personal page. Richard Nolan, from one of his posts, he put Keith Price. He tagged Keith Price. Y'all see that? And you'll see it at the beginning of my video. He said, Harvey arrests gay, white, transgender, LGBTQ protesters coming soon. Ha ha ha. So basically he's talking about Ryan. And on his video, he has like somebody else he's tagged as well as Keith Price. And he is making fun of him, saying some discouraging things. I'm putting it in the comments so y'all can read it. I don't want to say it out loud. Then, like I told y'all before, another video where a 14-year-old girl was twerking. He called her a 14-year-old little twerking slut. Like, what? Why would you say that about a 14-year-old? You're supposed to try and help her grow. And no 14-year-olds can be labeled as sluts because you don't know what they're going through in life. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know if somebody touched them, anything. So you can't call somebody out of their name and just go to calling them a twerking slut because you feel like they're making a video that you don't approve of. That's her life. Her opportunity to do whatever she felt like she needed to do. And instead of you calling her that, you should have sent her an inbox and said, hey, you know, I watched your video, but maybe you shouldn't do something like that. But as a leader, you don't understand that because you've probably, and I'm not going to say you've never been a leader because you older than me, so you should have had jobs where you've been in leadership before. So you should understand how that goes and how to talk to people and how to coach people and make sure that they're understand what they're doing and understand another way to navigate to do things differently. Because dance is good. Twerking, no. I don't think anybody should be twerking like that, but it's other ways where you can encourage them. Hey, why don't you try this or why don't you do that? Show her some videos of other ways to dance. Maybe you can do that instead of just wanting to call somebody out their name. It doesn't make sense, and I don't agree with it. But that's who y'all might want as a leader. Y'all, And then another one is he put pictures up of two men kissing, talking about excellent anti-LGBTQP bill. Keep up the good work, Ghana legislators. Like, he's joking with people's sexuality, and I don't think that is funny. And I don't think that as a leader and as Keith Price's friend, he should be in that office in Township. If y'all vote for Richard Nolan, y'all voting for Keith Price for 4 more years. So, we just got rid of Keith Price, technically through Hilliard. But if Nolan gets in, you see all his buddies? Yeah, those his buddies. He's going to stay in that food pantry for 4 more years. His job is going to be secure. What is their agreement with Hilliard? I don't know. But I'm sure she got one too. So again, y'all better make sure that y'all are vetting these people. I'm not going to keep drilling in your ear, but I am. Sorry. I just got to. But I need y'all to vet. I'm going to let you guys go. I just want to thank everybody again for liking, sharing, and subscribing my page. I do appreciate anybody that have used my content. Again, if you use my content and you still listening to me right now, next time I already know how to use my my Gamble now, so I think I'm pronouncing it right. I don't even know, but I love it. Y'all see I'm using it now. I'm on my cell phone. Normally I make videos with my iPad, so I'm using my cell phone today, so I'm super excited. So I just wanted to say that, and I'm going to end this video on this note and let you guys know that I have a couple interviews coming up soon. So I have the one with hopefully Byron the trustee. Let's pray that again he comes on my page and he actually give us, information about him and his platform. March 19th at 7 p.m., I have an interview with Miss Alvita Higgins. Um, she is going to discuss some things that she have going on in Dalton. Dalton have an actual amateur boxing match coming up soon. The tickets are $50. I did put the post on my page, so it's going to be Saturday, April 26th, 2025. Doors open at 6 p.m. Showtime is from 7 to 11. It's at the Dalton Park District. It's gonna be interesting because I want to see where they're gonna build the ring and put the ring in. So I can't wait. I'm gonna get a ticket and go because I want to cover this event. So I'm definitely going to get a ticket. They have a $10 raffle ticket, and you can enter to win a full month of unlimited boxing, which sounds fun. I'm gonna have to ask her about that. So when I do the interview with her, I want you guys to be interactive with her. I'm gonna try and start doing more live interviews with different people, just to talk about what they have going on, because I think it's important for you guys to know what's going on in our community, right? Because a community is nothing if it's not active. So we have to make sure that we are staying active. There's so much content to cover inside different local communities, local governments, local schools, just local everything. And then I don't know if I told you guys, but I did a water aerobics class, and I'm going to do an interview with the actual instructors on that class. And then I'm also going to do an interview with DJ Sluggo, which is one of the house music DJs that has, y'all, if you from Chicago area, you know about him. He's been on the scene for some time. So I'm excited to do a interview with him. I have another interview coming up with a fashion designer. His name is Will Davis. He owns a brand called Igo. He's actually the one that, I don't know if you guys have seen my jacket that I wear to the meeting sometimes, but it's like a Letterman jacket. So he's the one that created that jacket for me. So like if you guys want to order anything from him, he'll be able to give you details and information. I'm going to do another interview with a local event space owner. So she owns an event space in Linwood. Her name is Antequila. And I just want, she owns the Echelon. It's like I said, in Linwood. I just want to do an interview with her, so you get to know people in our community, know what they've been through, know their challenges, know the struggle of just trying to be an owner, just trying to get events off on the ground. Like it takes a lot of work. So that's what I'm trying to bring, just like different things. I'm going to try and attend the Dalton Park meeting Tuesday, because I've never been. I just want to go to a meeting and just see how they run their meetings as well. So not gonna hold you guys too long. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. I really do appreciate you guys. I am on vacation. I'm happy. I felt great today. Can't wait. I'm supposed to be up early too. Let me act like I'm going to bed, because I don't know, but I gotta get up, and I got a full day ahead of me tomorrow. So I'm going to hang up. Remember, if you're watching this video, it's a little bit more that's coming afterwards. So don't hang up just yet. Watch this next video. And this is I Am J9 Eve channel, and she'll be explaining what's going on. So please pay attention to the content, and like, share, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.
So among all the things that happened after the Thornton Township meeting, the last Thornton Township meeting, where Tiffany actually did show up, amazingly, we got to see her face after her vacation. She went to LA, was off doing her thug thizzle with her Miss Aunt.
I'm in LA now.
There.
Yay.
I'm
like
not going to
marathon.
He will be gone after her last paycheck comes. But this apparently is something that happened after that meeting that they had, that she actually did show up.
So I didn't see this part. I missed this part, you guys.
They weren't able to do anything because
I'm
she wouldn't
glad.
allow Stephanie to attend the meeting via Zoom. Of course, she objected. they weren't able to do it. So then they just closed the meeting down. They said they voted to cancel the meeting or end the meeting, and they were out of there. But after that part, apparently this happened. This lady comes up. Now, she is addressing specifically something that I have been pointing out forever, this whole time. It's something that just sits funny in my stomach, and I don't know why. Like I said, it's like Christopher Gonzalez, right? He's a trustee at the Thornton Township, right? And he's like the person who threw her name out there be the trustee, the Thornton Township supervisor at like when they had like 8 minutes or some shit left.
Yeah.
He just calls her fucking name out. She's already the mayor of Dolton, and they're already having trouble in Dolton with her. And he just calls her name out when there's like 12 minutes left where they have to do it. And if they didn't vote on someone, it's not like they wouldn't have had a Thornton Town supervisor.
The public was going to vote.
The vote would have just went to the people, just like it did this time. The people would have been able to pick one. But he just 12 minutes left, and he just calls her name out. And to me, it was like, why? That seems so strange. And definitely not a coincidence to me that he did that. And I don't know why he did it. I don't know who said the name to him, why the name was said to him, why that was even an option. Most people were wondering if it was even
definitely backdoor deals is why she was an option.
She can't even be that. So for him to decide to call out a mayor's name of another town to be the Thornton Township supervisor seems insane when there's like 8 minutes left on the clock. So to me, it always just that funny, and I always was just weird about it, and I was just kind of curious, and I always also said we probably will find out at some point, and I think we might be getting there. So I don't know who this lady is, and I don't 100% trust whatever she says. Only because this person who's standing behind her right here, one of Tiffany's right-hand men, her goons, okay?
Right, and I'm going to pause this for 1 second,
right.
y'all.
Right.
So, remember I was telling y'all, that's Richard Nolan, and that's 2 of his trustees, I believe. Now, y'all see how Keith is grinning and smiling. I love that. I am J Naive. I give you all the credit for making this video because you're proving my point, right? So, when you're saying this, you are absolutely right. Chris Gonzalez did say Tiffany's name the last minute, right? Because they knew that if they didn't collectively vote on one person, then that vote was going to the public, just like they did Stephanie at the caucus, right? So since we didn't get the vote, they knew that if they threw Tiffany Hinyard's name in that ring, it wasn't just Chris Gonzalez. And I don't know what his deal was or whatever the case might be, but it was other politicians as well that were part of her criminal enterprise. So everybody have to look at that for what it is. Now I'm going to let her continue talking. Which I love. I am J Naive, so I'm just telling you now. I love your videos, but you a little off, but not really off topic, because you know that she messes with Keith. So you're not off topic, but let's continue.
Here behind, and he's going to put his hand on her shoulder, which automatically makes her questionable.
It's so creepy.
But this is
look how
something
he's smiling.
That I am wondering about myself. So I thought we would watch this together.
Let's all watch it together.
Interesting as hell. That's why.
Because I missed this part. I am glad I saw this tonight.
Clearly these two are friends. I don't know why he wouldn't put his hand on my fucking shoulder.
Hello. Say that again.
Not without getting cussed out.
Thank you.
Let's check it out. Comments?
Definitely not nobody I look up to.
Okay. So you didn't get a chance to express yourself.
Want to get in on this? Alright.
It's the local people who need to hear this.
Did everybody see?
They're not even recording. They're about to miss it.
They don't want it.
Melody got us.
Because y'all ain't no
I'm
shit.
Keisha Richardson, candidate for trustee for Thornton Township. And this is the People's Choice for Change. We just want to address something. There's a cancer within the body of Thornton Township. And some would ask, how did we get here? 2022, Christopher Gonzalez nominated Tiffany Hinyard as supervisor of Thornton Township.
Facts.
And he nominated her 12 minutes before midnight.
Facts.
What's the significance of that? Chris Gonzalez made a unilateral decision to nominate Tiffany, and had he not nominated her, the
vote would have went to the
it would have
public.
been left to the voters to decide
Right.
on who the supervisor would be. Several names were put out there, but the voters didn't have the opportunity to be heard. Why did he nominate her? This is what's really significant.
Yeah.
Was it because she was a young African American woman who would take the seat and make history? Absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
He had an agenda.
Okay.
Tiffany and Chris Gonzalez already had a working relationship prior to him nominating her for supervisor. She hired him to do construction work, this is Christopher, for the Village Hall in Dalton. And he saw it as an opportunity to use her influence and further expand his business to the 17 municipalities of Thornton Township.
That sounds crazy, right? I knew there had to be some type of link between them two. Like, I knew there had to be like a link or something. Like
Tiffany
something
definitely does pay to play. So
would
I
be
don't
his
know what
reason
their
for calling out
bond
her
was
name
at the
like that?
beginning.
I knew it
but
was some
I can agree
I
that she
knew
do have pay to
that
play.
It was something. And turns out it was some, outside business stuff is what this lady is alleging. It's what she's alleging. And I'm gonna tell you, just me personally, I'm inclined to believe it. Like him even being in there, there's even something, it's like,
But
even,
people
Trustee Carlisle,
do have a
It's like
change of heart
her
and a change of
turning on
mind.
Tiffany,
So I know Chris
it kinda
as well
makes
as Carmen
sense.
know that they've done wrong.
You hang out with Tiffany long enough, she gonna get on your fucking nerves, and then you're gonna end up telling
Absolutely.
on her. Like that's because she always does something crooked. You end up
Same
knowing
thing
what
I just
she did,
said.
and then she push you off, and then you turn. It's easy. That's an easy
Yeah.
one to explain how she ended up turning. And her explanation for what it was just like, I don't know if I can. Like she put me in this position. I was just her assistant. She put me in this position, and now my job is to defend her when I know she's wrong. When I know she's wrong, my job is to defend her wrongness. And then to get to a point where you just say, you know what, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And you just tell on her. You know what I'm saying? And then once you know you're backed up by the people are like, then you can properly serve the people. And then watching her do that, it makes sense to me. I can put the things together to figure out how she got there. But for Christopher Gonzalez, I can't do that. This man just called her fucking name out of nowhere. She becomes the supervisor. And then, now even when he goes against her, there's this weird smirky thing that he does, and I don't
Because
like
he's
it.
sick of
I
her.
don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. Like it's something. It looks like there's something behind it. Like Trustee Carlisle looks uncomfortable.
Because he finally
sometimes
getting
when she's doing
the will to speak.
But
I'm
Christopher
talking
Gonzalez
about to
looks
speak.
like this shit is funny to him. Like I don't know. It's like it's funny to me because
I'm gonna pause it for a second. I don't think that Chris Gonzalez is smirking, thinking things are funny, which he probably do get a kick out of it. I'm not gonna say he wouldn't, because I would if I was in his shoes on that side of the law now, because he could have been on the wrong side, but we got to give him credit for being on the right side of the law now, right? With that being said, y'all excuse my allergies. I believe that Chris Gonzalez, he's sick of her. So he's petty just because she's petty. And he does the smirks because sometimes you just gotta look a person in their face and just laugh at them. And just like, hey, you can't bully me no more. So this is what it is. Just like when they walked out of that meeting. It had nothing to do with, well, it probably had everything to do with being petty, but the fact that she wouldn't allow Stephanie to call in on Zoom when the lawyer have called in on Zoom the last two meetings, which one of the meetings that Tiffany skipped, y'all gotta go back to that meeting. Remember, she missed one meeting. So the fact that she won't allow Stephanie Wiederman to call in when she have child care issues, when she just showed proof that she was just in Texas picking up her twin grandkids, that's just nuts to me. Mind you, like somebody pointed out, Tiffany, when she went to court that one time, remember when she was super late? Her excuse to the judge was that she had child care issues. So make it make sense that Tiffany Hinyard, the super mayor and the supervisor, she can have childcare issues, but the trustee, she better bring her kids in with her or just come to work and leave them kids in the house by themselves. No, that don't make sense. But let's continue.
I'm a spectator. I'm just watching this. This shit is supposed to be entertaining to me. My channel is an
Absolutely.
entertainment channel.
We both
Okay? That's what
entertain.
it is.
I love her.
But like he just, it's like it's funny to him. It's like this weird smirky thing he does, and it just gives me this unease.
I think it's more so
You know
petty.
what I'm saying? So this is very interesting to me, and I hope that it stretches on a little bit more so I can see what was that about.
When she rejected that idea,
Oh, and it would probably will find out because now they're all in the cycle of trying to it's like voting time for the Thornton Township. It's about time for that. So now they'll be out doing their stuff. And so this is probably we're gonna find out what it is. This is probably when.
yeah. And if things didn't go as planned, he got angry, disgruntled, and fought her tooth and nail. And then he jumped ship. Where did he go? Right into the arms of Napoleon and DOT, the Democratic Organization for Thornton Township. He's going any which way the wind blows, which is an opportunist. He is a part of the cancer of Thornton Township.
Okay, let me
He's
pause
in
this.
meetings, he just walked out.
So, Dan Lee, big shout out to Dan Lee. Dan Lee is the one that always referencing Tiffany as being a cancer. I haven't really heard her or anybody else state that Tiffany was a cancer. It seems like she should come up with her own line because Dan Lee has said that so many times on so many platforms, and now you, a Republican, want to use something that the residents have been saying for the longest. When her, Richard Nolan, or that guy with the gold shirt on have not been to any meetings to speak out. Even at this meeting, where are they? They're at the end where they're about to be ejected. So again, I don't understand the reference of Tiffany being a cancer because where have y'all been all of this time when we, the residents, have been fighting against this cancer? Y'all haven't been there. Y'all have, none of the Republican Party, none of the Republican ticket have been there fighting with us, have been there passing out their information, have been there campaigning. Why? Because they're plants as well. Y'all have to realize that these people are Keith Price's friends, and they have backyard or backdoor deals with Tiffany Hinton. But let's continue.
Voter suppression, he's not trustworthy, he's not transparent, nor is he accountable. And they are all cut from the same cloth. All of them are cut from the same cloth.
And so are you.
If the residents of Thornton Township want any kind of change, if they think that things are going to change by voting any of these people in, they're in for a rude awakening. It's not going to happen.
We're not going to vote you in.
Same thing, you're going to get the same thing. You need to cut the cancer out. People's choice for change. We are not a part of the problem, we're a part of the solution. And on our 5-point platform, we laid out all the plans that we're going to do to restore the communities in Thornton Township.
Which is what?
You have any?
All right. I mean, I don't know these people for shit, but I mean, like to see what those things are because Tiffany has also used to tell us that, all you gotta do is go to this it's on the internet. We have a whole list of all the things we're gonna do. Just find it. How could you just tell us? Hey, lady in the red, could you just tell us? Could you just give us one, just so we know you're not bullshitting? You know what I'm saying? But I do think that actually might be true. What she's saying, I do think it might be true for the Thornton Township. I think it might be. Like, just for them. I think it might be. I think they might need to cut out all of it. Everybody who's in there right now, because, there's that old lady who's always following behind Tiffany.
Darlene Gray, she's not running.
Gonzalez, he's how this whole thing fucking started. I think him just trying to hide and pretend and never bring it up. That would seem like that. It seemed like he would be talking about that at some point. Has anybody ever heard him explain?
Yeah.
Him just calling?
So he have explained that he made a mistake nominating Tiffany. He said, and listen, now this part I'm a little iffy on as well. He said that he didn't know what she was doing in Dalton. It's kind of hard not to know the corruption that we were experiencing and not it's in like the next town over. Like that part I didn't really understand because I think you knew. I think that there were just deals in place like that would help get her in quicker, and you guys just didn't want the vote to go to the public, which is fine. However, because of that, we have this. So let me let her continue.
Her fucking name out of nowhere? I ain't never fucking heard it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. Has he said it? Let me know where so I can look it up. Look at it so I can listen to it myself.
I pray, and this is just me, I'm gonna ask Chris Gonzalez to either give me a statement or come on our platform, right? Come on and talk to the survivors and let us know exactly what he was thinking when he actually nominated Tiffany, because this is something that he needs to speak out on and address, only because a lot of people simply are questioning his motives now as far as running on Napoleon's slate, which in my opinion, Napoleon has a full slate of candidates that are ready and willing to do the work. So let's continue.
Oh, because it seemed like he should be saying something about that, and he's not. And then Carlisle, she got in that position because Tiffany put her there originally. And even though she's ultimately turned out to do the right thing in that situation, she would not have been there if Tiffany hadn't put her in there. So I think that, like
and she's absolutely right. Carmen Carlisle was appointed because one of the trustees did expire during her term. So Carmen Carlisle was appointed to take over her seat for the duration of her term. So we know for a fact that Carmen is not running again. Even though she was appointed, she doesn't want that seat. And we know for a fact that Darlene Gray Everett is, I believe she's retiring from that seat, as well as the school district 149.
Personally picked her and put her in there. Now she got voted in under her. She just put her there. So I think that they should just, everybody, I think they should just clear that whole shit out and get all some brand new people.
And it
Let me
can,
know in the comments y'all agree with that.
it kinda is, only person that's really running again is Chris. Now, what would be the alternative if we don't punch Chris, right? You guys have to look at this. When you look at that ticket, Napoleon has a full slate of trustees, right? Then Chris Clark trustees, if I'm not mistaken, are still on the ballot. I have to go ahead and look again and see. But if so, you have to pay attention to his candidates that's on the ballot, because remember, Christopher Clark claimed he was dropping out of the race. And when he said he was dropping out of the race, it was too late for him to not be placed on the ballot. So even if Christopher Clark has no plans on running or continuing in that office, if he gets the votes and win, how does that work? You understand what I'm saying? So Christopher Clark is on the ballot for supervisor. We have his trustees that's on the ballot for supervisor. We also have Richard Nolan right there that's on the ballot for supervisors. He has a full slate of trustees as well. So Napo have a full slate, Christopher Clark have a full slate, and Richard Nolan has a full slate of trustees. Now let's let her finish.
I don't see how they just are gonna be able to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that shit just need to be changed. Yeah, they just need a whole new set. Just my suggestion.
And the whole thing of what she's saying is kind of true, but people have to understand that being in politics is expensive, right? People ask me all the time, "You gonna run for something?" No, because I can't afford it. Unless somebody is going to finance my whole campaign, I'm not running for anything, because with the way corruption is nowadays, I don't know who would vote and who would not vote for me to get into office, because I'm not about to do any backdoor deals for people to get into office. So that's another thing.
That's my me thinking, watching from the outside.
Anything, Richard?
Let me say this.
Real quick.
Real
I
quick.
got another video coming up about him.
I'm running for supervisor for Thornton Township.
He is.
The People's Choice for Change, we all have clean hands.
No, y'all don't.
What they're playing with the press is called three-card Molly. There are no new candidates. It's just that these particular Democrats are interlopers. So they're going back and forth.
This is
in
public
order
comment.
to- No. But we,
Look at that. They're still doing that same bullshit. Look at this. Look at that. We gotta go. Why? Because now the guy who is running to be the supervisor, that's Tiffany's position. This man thinks that Tiffany gonna come back and blow back on him. So
Tiffany
he's
don't
like,
have
I
that
can't let
position,
this
girl.
guy
She
talk
a write-in.
'cause he's running
She's
for
not winning.
Tiffany's position. Hey, if I let him talk, she gonna give me the business. So here he come to interrupt what could end up being the new supervisor, which then is gonna get you fired, sir. So maybe think a little bit farther ahead. Look at this, the
we're gonna win.
disrespect.
April 1st, 2025, we're gonna do the People's Choice for Change. Thanks a lot, my brother.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you, Melanie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on, folks, let's go, let's move.
Keep up alive.
Oh, so y'all let me know in the comment section if you guys think Trustee Gonzalez and even Carlisle, need to be and of course that other lady, if they needed just a whole new slate.
Well, they do have
from
one.
Thornton Township. But
Technically,
definitely let me
without
know in the
Gonzalez.
comment section if that Trustee Carlisle, I'm not Trustee Carlisle, Trustee Gonzalez, Christopher Gonzalez.
So let me say this, and I'm glad that I did that video the other day. So on, like I said, Napoleon's trustees, he have Miss Valerie Stubbs running for trustee. He have Miss Mary Avant running for trustee. He have Byron. God, I gotta think of Byron's last name. It's in my phone, but he's running for trustee. And then you have Chris Gonzalez that's running for trustee. He have the current assessor that's on his ticket for the assessor. He have a highway commissioner as well as a clerk. So, and her name is Cheryl. So he have a full slate that is running again. And like someone else mentioned and said, and this is not my word, so don't quote me, but we need to bring forth people that are in it to make a difference, people that are in it that have experience, people that are in it that will be transparent, people that are in it that are not connected to Tiffany Hinger and her criminal organization. You see that hand on that shoulder right there? That party is Keith Price's friends. I'm going to keep telling y'all this because I've been telling y'all this since the beginning. Y'all have to realize March 17th, Monday, when I get home, it's the first day of early voting. Y'all can vote for this if y'all want to, but just understand that y'all going to get more of Keith Price and Tiffany Hinger into the township for 4 more years. You know how Harvey got Christopher Clark for 4 more years and they was pissed? But that's be the same thing that y'all gonna get, and then it's gonna get even worse. But who am I to say anything? I thank y'all for listening. But we have to make sure that we are making the best decisions. Thanks, I am J9 Eve. I'm going to drop her video link in the comments. So therefore or in the description. Therefore you guys know where I got this content information from. And I just want you guys to make an educated decision about these people on this screen. I'll just say that. This Republican ticket is not the Republican ticket that everybody wants us to vote for. I'm telling y'all now, corruption comes in Democrat, Republican, Independent. It's not about the parties, it's about the individuals that's trying to get a come up on their actual political seats. Thanks. Bye.